Is this thing on? Okay, so this is the first time I'm going to do this. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to do something different when I'm making videos. Like I feel like all the time, like I have my videos and I have my scripts and I have my talking points and I have all my things. But I decided to do something different in the month of February. And so what I'm going to be doing is the day before this releases, I am going to go to my analytics and see what people that are watching my videos, what it is requesting for me to actually record. So all of the top searches. So what happens? So for those of you that don't know, in the background of YouTube, you have analytics and you can go and you can see what people are watching in combination with your video. So like if they're watching your videos, they're also watching this video or whatever. And so what I want to do is go through that list, and every day this month, I'm going to make a video about something that is being looked at by my viewers. The other thing about this is I'm not going to edit this. So this might be a mess. I might be yelling. I hope the sound quality is good. I think it should be fine, but I am just going to talk about whatever I think about with the videos. So this is just my way of, again, challenging myself. Some days I'll be inside, some days I'll be outside, some days I'll be in the gym, some days who knows what I will be doing. I am just going to pick up my camera and I am going to hit record. So that is what this is going to be. So you're going to get no edits, no cut ups, no slices, no pretty transitions. It's just going to be me. And so I have my iPad here. And the only reason why I have my iPad is so that I can see the different things that are on the list. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to screen record so that when I release this, every day I'll release the screen recorded version so that you can actually see what I'm looking at. Is there a screen record option for an iPad? Can you screen record on an iPad? You cannot screen record on an iPad. Screen mirroring? No, I don't want to do that. So, okay, you cannot screen record on an iPad. So that is not great. So then what I will do is I will just have to talk through the things that I'm looking at. So if you know how to screen record on an iPad, please let me know, because I would love to be able to do that. But I can't figure out what to do that. So instead of hearing me blab, let me talk about the thing that is going to pop up. So let me go to my analytics. Let me scroll down. And so my options, actually, I'll take a screenshot of this and then I'll post that on top of the video so everybody can see. And then you can also see what option I chose and what my other options were, because who knows, every day this is going to change, but whatever. So one of the things that popped up on this, which is actually really funny, sneakers and cleats. Okay, football post match. That's interesting. Ole Miss football recruiting. Like that's pretty interesting. Boise State football recruiting. Like, why are y'all watching my stuff? So there's a couple of things that immediately caught my eye, but some of these are really funny. So I am going to talk about the Ohio State football podcast. So if you are somebody that is watching my videos from the Ohio State football podcast, welcome. Welcome to trying to figure out every single thing that the Texas Longhorns are doing this offseason. I want to welcome you into being our competition. I want to welcome you to trying to figure out what we have going on, how many recruits that we have. Can we compete with Ohio State? Should you be concerned about us beating you the first game of the season? Welcome. Thank you for being here. I am super excited that you decided to look at my channel and that it came up and you decided to look at my channel, or maybe you decided to click on a thumbnail. Maybe you saw something about Arch Manning. Maybe you saw something with the Texas logo and you thought, what are they even talking about? So if you are from the Ohio State football is that what the hell that said? If you are from the Ohio State football podcast, yes, you are from the Ohio State Football Podcast. I am so happy that you're here. And any comments that you have or any questions that you have about the University of Texas program, I am more than happy to answer for you, because I think it is very important for people to assess their competition of the teams that they're going to play. And since the Ohio State Buckeyes open up with the Texas Longhorns to open the season, I am flattered that you are here and watching my content. So I would love to know what your favorite video that you have seen so far is. That would be amazing. I will say, one thing I do know about Ohio State, obviously, is Jeremiah Smith. I know Jeremiah Smith. The one thing I don't know is who is going to be the Ohio State quarterback next year. I don't know who the Ohio State quarterback is going to be next year. I also think that Ohio State and Texas might have the highest number of draft picks this season, this NFL draft. I don't know that for sure, but if you're an Ohio State fan and you're listening to this because you're wondering why the hell I even popped up in your feed, I am curious to know how many draft picks is Ohio State projected to have this year? I'm very curious to know what that number is compared to Texas's number. The other thing I will tell you if you're an Ohio State fan and you're listening to this is I want to caution you that there's a couple of things that I'm really looking forward to next season. The first thing is you're going to get Arch Manning's first game as a starter. And how amazing is that? Like, I don't know. I just think that has to be cool to like be a fan and to be able to see Arch Manning's first real season as a college football starter. And so you will get that first experience. I wonder how expensive those Ohio State tickets are going to be. So yeah, so that will be interesting. The other thing you should know if you're an Ohio State fan is the Texas defensive line we're hoping is very spectacular this year. And we're hoping our linebackers are good as well. And so yeah, so we're very excited about that. If you also just are kind of curious to know where we stand, you know, our offensive line is going to be, Oh God. I got a phone call. That's never happened to me when I'm usually recording the right way because I have everything set up. But if you are so you're going to see that edit made, but it's not going to be because of me. It's going to be because I got a phone call and my phone like went away. But if you are an Ohio State fan, you should know that our offensive line is being reshuffled right now. So we're trying to figure out who's going to play offensive line, who's going to be our guy, what that's going to look like. The other thing you should probably know if you're an Ohio State fan is you know about Arch Manning, defensive line. I don't really know what else you should know if you're an Ohio State fan, but I am just flattered to see Ohio State pop up in my feed. You know, I had an Ohio State fan come in my comment section and was like, Texas isn't elite. Texas is looking for Texas is looking for Big 12 talent and all these other things. And I just find it interesting how concerned other programs are with the Texas Longhorns right now. Like, it is so cool how fascinated people are with the Texas Longhorns right now. Like, I'm flattered. Thank you for checking in on us. Thank you for trying to see what's going on. Thank you for seeing what all the hype is about. We appreciate you. I accept all football fans. You don't have to support my team. You don't have to like my team or anyone that I support, but I appreciate you wanting to watch my videos and wanting to gain more knowledge. I can respect the knowledge that you're trying to gain. That is amazing. The other thing I'm sitting here thinking about that also, like if you're an Ohio State fan, like you definitely should know about Texas. And I usually like, these are like my comfort chairs. Like I usually like relax in these and lounge. And this is actually going to be a mess that I am not going to edit these videos. Like you're going to see a true showing of like how I am on a regular basis, because for some reason, like when I get really focused on something and like I'm talking about Ohio State and I'm so focused, it takes one thing for me to be like, and another thing. It's like once my brain starts going, it starts to go, you know, some people would say that may be ADHD or what is that thing where, anyways, this isn't about that. This is about Ohio State. So Ohio State, another thing you should know, Ohio State, is that our kicking game is suspect. Like, I know before we played you all in the playoffs, everyone wanted to act like Ohio State was going to blow out Texas. Like, I got it. That fit the narrative. Everyone was like, Ohio State's going to blow out Texas and Texas doesn't have a chance. I don't know why there's all this like, why is there so many issues with Texas? Like, I don't understand why people like don't like Texas. Is it because like we're considered like the rich kids and people think we're soft and so they like don't like us? I don't know. But anyways, so this time we play, I mean, I hope it doesn't come down to a field goal, let me tell you. However, if you're trying to figure out some dirt on Texas and you're kind of like, where are they weak? Where are they whatever? Our kicking game right now is weak. So I would say kicking game for sure. I would say offensive line because we're not sure. We have a couple of guys that played last year that played really well, but obviously totally new offensive line minus one person. And so obviously totally new offensive line minus one person and a new quarterback. So obviously there's going to be some things that we need to work on there. So I'm just calling them out. Also, I'm wondering what this would look like if this was on. Okay, we're not going to turn that on. That doesn't look great. Let's not do that. Let's not do that and say we did. The other thing I just realized is I didn't set a timer for how long I'm going to talk on these. So I don't know how long I should make these videos. Maybe I'll just talk until I'm out of things to say. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah. So if I was an Ohio State fan, what else would I want to know about Texas? So if I was an Ohio State fan, I would want to know about Texas's kicking game. I would want to know about Texas's offensive line. I would want to know about Texas's potential defensive line. I would like to know. That's really it. Everything else, we're going to be similar to you all this year. We have a lot of guys that are going to go to the NFL, and that's going to be what it's going to be. And so because of that, we're going to rebuild. And I always say great teams are able to rebuild. Now, listen, we might not be as good as we were on defense. Like we might not have the 10th ranked defense, but if we have like the 20th ranked defense, like that's still good enough to me, to be honest with you. Oh, the other thing I would want to know if I was an Ohio State football fan, and this should come as no surprise, this is actually probably a joke, is our red zone offense is suspect. Okay? It is suspect. So just going to throw that out there because you saw it this year. We saw it last year. I rant and rave about it all the time, but our red zone offense is suspect. However, Texas is going to be ready to play. They're going to be fired up. They're going to be focused. They're going to do all the things we should do to win the football game. And I am excited to see what Texas looks like. Is it the shoe? Is it the shoe that we're playing at? Is that what your stadium is called? I am excited to see the Texas Longhorns go to the shoe. All of our challenging games this year, in my opinion, are away. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So new quarterback, Arch Manning, all of these things. And yeah, so I don't know what else to say. So if you are here from the Ohio State Football Podcast, welcome. This episode is just for you. I'm super glad that you're here. And thank you for letting me talk Texas. And hopefully I have educated you a little bit so that you know more. I don't know. What was I going to say? So that you know more about Texas? I don't know. Yeah, there's that. Also, we are the #1 recruiting class. So we might have some freshmen that might play that might surprise you. We don't really know, right? Because nobody really knows what you're going to get out of freshmen. Even when they're playing, you never really know what you're going to get out of them until the season's over. And then you look back and you're like, wow, that freshman was really good. You all know what I mean, right? Jeremiah Smith. Well, you probably thought Jeremiah Smith. Well, from everything I'm hearing, everybody knew in the preseason, whatever it is in college, that Jeremiah Smith is going to be good. So we're hoping that we have some freshmen that pop like that. Like if we have 2 to 3 freshmen, 2 to 3 of our 5 stars that really pop this year for Texas, we're going to be perfectly fine. So yeah, so that's all the things you need to know about Texas. I also have a playlist of all Texas football things. So you can go look at that playlist and get all the information you need to know. And this is going to be my first episode of my February challenge where I just rant and talk about whatever the topic is that is trending in my notes. So like I will say probably in every video, this is unedited. I'm not going to take any time to edit any of this. If there's pauses, if it looks crazy, if I look crazy, if it looks like I can't keep a coherent thought, this is just me. You're just going to get me all of February. And I just noticed, I think my camera might be crooked. But anyways, we'll figure that out later. Also, I'm talking about Texas. I never said hook 'em, so hook 'em. And yeah, this is my first episode. So if you're from the Ohio State Football Podcast, I hope I gave you some information that you wanted to know. And I hope I gave you some information that you can research. And don't forget to click that subscribe button and watch all of my content and like all of my stuff. But should I say that if you're an Ohio State fan? Yeah, if you're an Ohio State fan, like you like football. So even if I don't necessarily talk about, what's actually crazy, I just thought about is I am also a Steelers fan. And if you live in Ohio, you're probably not a Steelers fan. So that could get tricky. Well, do what you want to do. Do whatever makes you happy. But I don't know. Do whatever makes you happy. Anyways, I'm literally rambling. So I'm going into this video here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all the things if you want. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. So this is my first episode. This is actually going to either be a disaster or I might get better at this as we get to the end of the month. I don't really know. But hey, welcome to February. Happily Black History Month. Happy Black History Month, everyone. I'll see you in my next video. Oh, now I have to hit end recording.